This right here is the GoPro Hero Black 12. And oh boy, I have some controversial take. So right off the bat in the box, we find a mount for the head and of course a stick so that you can use your GoPro for vlogging. Pretty decent bundle. It costed me around 500 bucks. Right off the bat, I love the design. I love this small pocket camera which fits in the pockets, by the way. It is also pretty intuitive to use and I have no complaints on this part of the design. I just think it's right off the box, very easy to use. Then we get into the GoPro. While it has many features, I honestly haven't seen that much of a difference between SDR and HDR. Some modes on this software limits your frame rate. For example, the HDR limits your maximum frame rate available. And before the newest update for the GoPro software, when you used to shoot in 5K, the footage would have looked squared. The video has the capabilities of shooting 5K to 60 frames per second most of the time, which is pretty nice. You also have the option to shoot for Europe or America because, as you know, the light flicker is different in these regions. For example, in Europe, the light flickers at 50 Hertz and in America it's 60 Hertz. So you gotta make sure you set that right. I'm very pleased to see that the stabilization on the GoPro makes the footage much nicer than I expected. Not even in post-production I could save so much in stabilization as the GoPro footage, and I'm talking of course about the cameras when we use A7C. However, I'm not pleased with the quality of the video, and you may ask yourselves why. If I were to show you footage from the GoPro 7 or 8 and GoPro Hero Black 12, you may not even see a difference. I'm saying this because I've had both cameras on my hand. There's not much of a difference, maybe more stabilization on the GoPro Hero Black 12. But apart from that, if you look at the details, if you look at the blur of the bokeh, you would expect in 5 generations of GoPro for the camera to upgrade, but it didn't happen in that case. Which is why I kind of get the GoPro Ditch lately and why people kind of stop buying the newest GoPros and switch to DJI or other action cameras like Insta360. And I'm very disappointed. Fun fact, your regular flagship will get better footage with its main camera or maybe even front camera than the GoPro Hero Black 12. What I'm pleasantly surprised and I found very fun to use was the photos, the super wide angle. Some very funny photos were made with that camera, with that mode, and I absolutely love them. I think it gives you more creativity for the wide front. One more thing that I also tried with the GoPro is the log footage, which it's kind of nice. It kind of saves some of the footage, but the coloring, especially on DaVinci, you don't have a color space transform preset made for the GoPro. So if you want to use DaVinci for coloring, it's going to be a bit weird. Only if you use levels, just like using other coloring options. You may ask yourself, why did I get this camera in the first place if I don't like it that much? Well, I didn't get it for me. My father 1 year ago asked me to find him a camera that is straight on point and shoot, and that's the GoPro strength, right? So we started looking into action cameras like Insta360 and the DJI Action. And in our region, the GoPro was much more accessible for the bundle we wanted, and therefore we went with the GoPro bundle. And 1 year later, we already started transitioning to smartphones. I mean, not me, because I'm using a full frame camera or a Sony ZV-10 in most of my videos, but for vlogging, my dad actually started transitioning to his Samsung S24 footage because it looks better. So who is this camera really for? Apart from point and shoot people that just want to, have a straight point and shoot camera, this camera is also for athletes or people that want to record their casual sports or driving experience. For example, I used to make a lot of POV videos for my own Instagram. I was using my head mount and I was recording straight away, or driving or playing football with friends or going to the mountain. For that scenario, the GoPro Hero Black 12 is exceptional, but maybe even other GoPros. But for the quality, I wouldn't really recommend it. I think a $500 camera should give you much more out of its usability. For example, maybe the Insta360 doesn't have a ZV-10 level quality or a A6000 Sony camera quality, but you can get drone-like footage on the Insta360, especially with the long bundles stick that it's in the box usually. Do I think you should get a GoPro? If you're willing to sacrifice quality, maybe. If not, if you want something better, I would recommend you checking in the DJI Actions or the DJI cameras or the Insta360 cameras. If you don't mind using manual camera settings, you can find very cheap alternatives or entry level alternatives on the Canon or Sony's side of things. For example, A6000 series, you can find them for $500 secondhand, or the ZV-10. The ZV-10 is actually still pretty much around the $500 mark. The only problem of the ZV-10 is that it lacks stabilization, but also Canon has a few alternatives. I'm not that much aware of the Canons because I'm a Sony guy. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Help me with the subscribe and a like so that I can get more review units on my hand. I'm trying to extend my connections in my network as well. So hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.